All right, everyone, we're back as Portugal, and hopefully our audio quality is continuing to improve. We're going to dive right in between sessions. I did a little bit of just like housekeeping stuff, built some more boats, built some buildings, you know, the usual, in order to make sure that we are ready to keep moving forward in our session today. So let's start. Oh, good. Some kind of a revolt. Ayutthaya has rivaled us, which is not... we don't care about Australia's noble rebels. So Ayutthaya has rivaled us, not surprising given what we've just been through. Yearly absolutism, administrative efficiency. Let's see. Let's take the administrative efficiency, which will allow us to take more things in the future. There we go. Unpause. All right, let's gather up some more ships. Oh, this is another one of them. Sometimes it's hard to know, like, are these my rebels or are these the rebels of the other folks? One rebel group that we will probably have is the Gujarati separatists, which appear to be in Surat. I'm gonna ship these ships over while we're working on it. Go. Then let's find Surat, because we're probably gonna have a revolt there. Yeah, it's up here. I figured it was up in this area. So let us find where are the Marines, because they're the ones we're gonna send over to deal with that situation. Marines, here you are. So let's get the Marines to the closest coastal province, and let's bring these folks over and we'll do a little bit of repairs and then send them off. We're also going to pull this heavier fleet over to here, so it's not going to conflict with that. Okay, and we will upgrade this fleet so that in our next war, the heavy fleet is fully upgraded. Portugal, or they would also like money. We're going to attach the Marines, and then let's grab these boats and get them over here, so that we can deal with this revolt that's coming. Apparently we've decided that we're going to park on top of ourselves, which is not a good way to do this. Pretty sure that I told them to come over here. And then we'll split this army actually in half so that it's not creating this supply limit problem. Spread out a little bit. We'll put a leader in charge of that army. So now each of the armies has one. Oh. This is some kind of colonial war. That's fine. We don't care about that. There we go. And we've got the army in place for whenever this revolt happens over here. We're at war with that. Speaking of wars, another thing I saw is that it looks like the Ottomans have attacked the Mamluks. Ethiopia had guaranteed the Mamluks, and so now Ethiopia is in a war with the Ottomans, which is not really when we'd prefer to be involved in this war. Or would not be us be involved, but it's not really an ideal time for we'd like to use Ethiopia against the Ottomans ourselves, not have them getting beat up by the other folks. Another thing that we can be doing, because we're slightly over our force limit, is we can build these regimental camps, which will increase our force limit, and they're pretty easy to build, so we should just go ahead and, especially in some of these out-of-the-way provinces if we can. Looks like some of these are building other buildings right now, like workshops, but as soon as they finish, these are good things to sprinkle around in some of these other places because we're not really using these provinces a whole lot, and so if we can build a building that will raise our force limit, then that's a good way to use them. Spices, gold. Oh, we've got some Hormuzi separatists too. I really need those other ones to pop so that we can Another thing we probably should do is, I hired this person for their discipline, but actually the land force limit guy would actually be helpful to us right now, and he would also give us more military power, which is what we need to move our ideas forward. There's that revolt, which we were in position for already. Excellent. Done with that. Now let's reattach the Marines. And let's come over to Hormuz, which I assume their provinces are all over the place. So we'll just come on over. Let's put them here. Quality wool, cool. Wool's worth some money apparently. Let's look at what our forts are doing over here. We've got one fort here in the jungle. No fort there. No fort there, jungle. This one is a farmland, so it's not a good place for a fort anyways. We've picked up a palace, which gives advisor cost, diplo rep, and roulette. Wow, that's really useful. If we could pick that up, we could get 2 extra diplo relationships. And then a jungle here as well. So we really only have one fortress, and it's right here. All right, looks like the Ottomans are trying to handle the situation over here. Oh, they did actually rise up on that province. All right, well, no matter, there's a fort there, so that's an easy one for us to take over. There we go, the revolt done. Normally I would take the development, but let's take that and then see if I can revoke some privileges. Especially if I call a diet. There we go. Agenda of the diet, we need to do something for them. Stability of 3, they'll gain some loyalty. Do some development and they'll be happy, but we don't care. Have a manufactory. Let's focus on the proposal of the clergy will be pretty easy, so let's do that one. Meanwhile, let's revoke a privilege, because every privilege I revoke is giving me a higher max absolutism, which is something we want right now. This is giving them influence and tax modifier. We don't need tax. This provincial trade power has its benefits. Trade fleet is giving us ship cost and trade power. This is giving us settler chance, which we want, and that's giving us diplo. So the one we need the least is definitely, tax modifier has like no impact at all. So let's remove that off of them. And so as you can see, this is slowly bumping up our max absolutism that we can have, which has these benefits for us. All right, back to the action. We will start currying favors, because we will want to call in these folks against the Ottomans, and so we want to get some favors. Let's go ahead and take one of those stabilities. All right, Spanish is working through their conquests. This army has got more infantry than it needs, but it needs 28 more cannons. So let's see if we can... How much capacity do we have? We've not got quite enough, but we can build several. One, two, three, four, five, six. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And then I think they need, they need 2 more. So will it allow me to recruit cannons over here? No, I cannot, because they are places that already, so we'll just build there and there. One of our vassals is disloyal. Portuguese Mexico, with all their gold, is grumpy. What can we do here to help them? They've got some debt. There you go, we'll pay your debt. Boom, problem solved. Then let us go back to if we can build a regimental camp. Looks like we can build one there. See where else one can be built. These are good places for them, because it's not like we're going to do a lot over there anyways. Here's some more places where they're good. Go. Yeah, these are just ways to boost up our force limit so that we can have more and more and more troops without incurring the penalty and having to pay an extra cost for the troops. There we go. Venice is no longer a rival to us. Lovely. Panama already has all the ones that can be built, but this one does not, so we will build one there. Looks like we can build some more in these regions as well. This is also a way of basically generating more maximum manpower, because you're sitting on these provinces. Basically, the more manpower, the total manpower you have is a combination of what you got in the field and what you've got in your manpower pool. And since we're so small, the more we can kind of cheat out more manpower, the better. Let's see here. Let's check our technology before we take that next idea. We're still way ahead of time, so we will take the next idea, which is related to army tradition. The army tradition you think would be higher. Let's see what's happening. We need some more fully maintained forts, apparently. Well, that's pretty easy for us to do. Let's see. Where else would be beneficial locations for a fortress? Grasslands, no. Grasslands, no. Grasslands, no. Grasslands, no. Highlands, woods, grasslands, and grasslands. So a highlands fort here wouldn't be bad. We'll set that up. See if there's any other good spots for a fortress around here, just for the sake of mountains. That's not a bad fort spot. I know we have forts next to it, but I'm kind of just building these in order to make sure that we are getting all of our yearly army tradition. So looks like this one done. It's already got its top level fort. Okay. More manpower immediately to refill what we were already working on. Now let's pause for a second. Where are these rebels? Send away. Over here in a province where we're already prepared, so no big deal. We're going to need another general. That is a very good combat general, but he has absolutely no maneuver. Let's gather up all of our troops. There we go. Looks like we're about to max out on some points here. In order to use them, let us use that to reduce inflation. We have a lot of Diplo power. We're well ahead of time on our technology, and so we could consider, one thing we could do is bump mercantilism a little bit. So I'll spend a little bit to bump up mercantilism, just a little bit, which basically is giving us provincial trade power is the main thing that we want. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll leave those there, and let's go fetch all these cannons over to our main army stack. There's some stuff coring. Okay. Send over this fleet. Go. Need to send out some more of our... Oh, there it is. But we're already in position, so that was an easy win. We're starting to run out on some level of places to colonize, honestly. As hard as that is to believe. 4,000 ducats. No, I don't think so. Send. There we go. We'll help them colonize this way a little bit. There we go. Send them all out. All right. Looks like we have got a lot of our cannons grouped up. Let's attach them and bring them down to this other cannon stack. Check on the military situation here. Heavy ships we've filled out, but we have not filled out all the caravels that we can build. And so we will keep on building those. There we go. Combine. And what I'm doing here is I'm gathering up So we'll have 2 full combat stacks for our war when we're about to go to war with Bengal. So trying to learn from our prior experience. There we go. Combine. Attach. Missionaries in the Spice Islands. Okay, and let's bring these over here to reinforce this stack. Looks like we're about to max out our admin power. One thing we could consider doing as well is expanding infrastructure in this province, which will give us a variety of benefits at the cost of some admin power. So I will do that in all of these home provinces. Because these are basically our heartlands, and where we're getting a very good bit of value, and so we'll go ahead and use this up because we're not really using a lot of admin right this moment anyways, and so this will be a good way to effectively put it to use. Needs 30 development before I can do that. Well, well, guess what? We can do that right this moment. There we go. Expand infrastructure. There we go. All right, that was a good use of our points there. Jared has insulted me. Bold words. And that's basically used up most of our governing capacity. Pegu is in Pegu. I think we're already standing in those provinces. Looks like the Ottomans have successfully won, but this is a useful thing to see kind of how they're doing. And they have an absolute ton of units. My goodness. Yeah, we're going to need a lot more troops if we're going to stand any chance against them. Go. More troops, more troops, more troops. And all that building paid off because now we have plenty more capacity for building of troops. Looks like we can improve now. We have cord and can improve the combine. This has got a little bit too much. So let's pull these infantry, and then let's pull off some of this cavalry. Oh, we get some land force limit modifier. And we will take your stability. Thank you, sir. And we fulfilled the clergy's objective. We will take the royal marriage with Spain. Let's attach you to this fleet. And let's pull this little army stack off because it's not really going to be directly involved in anything over here. Apparently I didn't pull off quite enough. Let's pull off a couple more of the infantry then, so we get down to the proper width. Let's bring them up here just to get them out of the way. We will also split this army in half so that we are not standing quite on top of each other. And we will upgrade this palace in order to get Diplo reputation and advisor cost. Here we go. We will need another general. Though I think we can probably pull the one off that is currently... Let's go grab this one over here. We can probably pull the one off that is currently attached to the marine stack over here, because they are not actively doing anything right now. So let's say no leader on that. And we will instead attach that leader here to the one in Pegu. It's acting like there's a fort here, but I thought we had seen there was no fort. No, there is a fort here. There's another level 4 fort in this province, okay? So when we go, we need this province. Let's see. This one will not be useful to us. So these folks are allied with Dai Viet and Bengal, and they have a tributary Mong Na, but Pegu will be allied with Dai Viet and Bengal. So we're going to have to fight. This is Dai Viet over here, and then we're going to have to fight Bengal, which is going to be the big one. See what ideas Bengal has. I'm always just curious of what ideas I'm up against. They've got quantity and they've started quality. So they'll have a lot of troops, but the quality may be variable. We'll take some more cavalry combat ability, though we don't have a ton of cavalry in our army. The other thing that we probably can do, because we finished that mission, nope, not quite enough. We need them to have just a little bit more. We can't summon a diet right now, so we don't have quite enough influence with them in order to be able to remove one of their policies or one of their things they've been granted. Let's attach, and we'll pull these off. Oh, nope, it's saying I actually maybe can at this point. Let me pull these over here. Okay, no, oh, it's telling me I can sell titles now. Catholic Zealots in Australia and Eora Separatists in Australia, so we don't have to worry about those. But with that, I think we're getting ourselves together, getting prepared, building up troops, and so then hopefully in the next session, we probably will then be able to go to war with Pegu and Bengal and see if we can't take the next provinces we need of Dagon and this little province of Chittagong in Bengal. And with that, I'll see you next time.